Good morning. Saturday, 12th of September, noonday movement snack. Heading your way if you would like it. I know it's the weekend and a lot of things changed at the weekend, so you may be catching up. So as I always do, hello, welcome catch-uppers or late replayers who may be out and about doing weekendy things. Or maybe this is your opportunity to actually join a movement snack because you're not doing weekday things. Either way, keep telling us what you're up to. We love hearing your reports. Check in, tell us your time, location, what did you like about the snack the most. We give you a tick. I see quite a lot of you have done a catch up with Dave already this morning, so you may well be, hello mum, out and about and possibly catching up on this one. I'm just having a chat with my mum. Hello mum, are you all right? My mum's in. It's just me and you, mum. You're the only one. No one else is listening at the moment. Stranger, huh? What you doing? How's the weather over there at 68? Are you in the conservatory? Are you doing this movement snack, mum? Who else is coming in? Is anyone going to join us? Otherwise, it's just me and you, mum. What's for dinner? What could be for dinner? If only I was home with you there at 68. I'll see you in a week or two, okay? Anyway, today on the Noonday Movement Snack, we have a new quartet. Yes, we do, a new quartet. I say new, it's probably been, it would have been, embedded and crowbarred into lots of other stuff, but I'm making it more of a focus today. I'm bringing it to your attention. Mum's telling me if I was home, I'd be having fish pie. You do a good fish pie, Mum. Vivian's in Bolton. Hello, how you doing up there in Bolton? What a gloomy week of news for so many reasons. So as I said in my pre-post, coming in for a whale of a time. And you could tenuously link the whale of a time picture with our quartet today, if you had such a mind to really try and link these things together. Which we like to do just for extra enjoyment and thought-provoking things. I've got Vivian in and I've got my mum in. So we've got Havant and Bolton. So a fair few miles covered there. But Margaret's just arrived. Margaret, have you finished that decorating in the hall, stairs and landing? And Kelly Rowland, oh my goodness, I don't think I've seen you on here before, Kelly, have I? Do say hello, give us a wave, what you're up to, what are you up to? If you're new to movement snacking, if you're new to this group, this page, this mission, this is the preamble, the pre-broadcast broadcast, where we try and fill 5 minutes of hellos just to get your time to find the device, get you in place, get you in the zone. And we've been doing it for 6 months. In fact, I was just doing the maths in the calendar as to how many snacks we've done. We're on about 520 today. We surpassed 500 back last week. It's kind of the 520th. In fact, it's probably the 525th because we did some extras, didn't we? Clive's in, Powers is in. So we got Wales and England in the house. Any Scottish in yet? Is Jane out there lurking to join us? Good to see you live, Clive. Oh, there's a new one. Clive's live. I saw you did catch up this morning, Clive. Thank you for checking in. I'd like to give you a tick. Hello, Margaret. We're on the lining paper this morning. Oh my goodness, you're doing lining paper and then the wallpaper. That's a big job. Mind you have got a professional husband in the line of decorating, so that helps, I'm guessing. Anything else? I think by my clock, probably a 30-second countdown, and then we'll get going with the movement snack. If you're on catch up, you might want to stop it, pause it, go around again. You have a whole heap of options if you're watching it after the event. And remember to, Vivian's smiling. Hello and everyone, we're here and we're smiling. Always helps. You know, it takes more muscles to smile than frown. That fact. Don't ask me to name them. No idea about muscles of the face. Who needs to know? But we just rather do this than this. Rosemary, I can see Rosemary's watching. Come and say hello. Adil's in. Maddie's in. Hello, everyone. Just in time for the 3, 2, 1. You know what I'm going to say? have a think about the position. We start every movement snap with a circulation boost. So sit or stand, you choose. Have external support. I'll go through the vitals in a moment. Have a look at the movements and decide which ones are for you. You can take what you want from these movement snacks, the whole thing, you can go through it with us, or you might just want to have a watch and then go back round again and just select the bits and bobs you want. Do try and get that circulation boost in there though. It's quite important, significant that we do that couple of minutes before we do anything at all. All right, hang on, final hellos. Gillian with a G from the Port Talbot, Posse is in. Maddie's arrived from Dagenham, Adil's in from Cambridge, and then someone else might have flew up my screen. Should we do it? 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, my name's Bex Downey from Later Life Training. It's the noonday movement snack on a Saturday. We're 7 days a week, us lot. AOCK, she's just arrived. So, yeah, we laugh in the face of weekends because you've got to keep on moving. And you've got to keep on moving, and that's why we're here in the movement snack. Let's go. Sit or stand position, you choose. 2 minutes-ish of circulation boosting. Arguably the best boost of activity you can give to your body today. So we can think about how we move, gradually give the heart a little lift and loads of magic and zest into the circulatory system to energise, vitalise and get ready for a bit more movement. Sit or stand, external support. I've got a bit of a sideboard here and I've got a bit of a stair here. Even weight, get up the best possible position, knees are off the lock so you feel a little bit of tension in the thighs like a good thriller, lift and open through the centre, more activity, lift and open the shoulder blades, looking ahead. Those are the standing prompts and I'll continue to go through those a little bit slower. Use this external support if it's going to give you more support, enable you to stand up more confidently and to really get these ankles, feet and toes. This is significant. So if you feel you're a bit flat-footed, try to think about activating this circ boost march from the ankles, feet and toes. This feeds into everything for every standing activity. As and when you're ready, just lining up my coordinated arms and legs there. Did you see that? A bit of this, so we're bringing in the arms. You might want to focus on the arms only in stand because it may affect balance. So a bit of that, bring it together when it's right for you. Your pace, your rhythm. Here's the sit option, so continue in stand, finding your way around that. In sit, active sit position is away from the back of the chair, so your musculature is supporting your sit position, and this alone is so valuable if you can do this to break up any sitting time. Then you can either build from the top down on the arm marches. If you have no intention to come to standing work, or standing work isn't something you're working towards, remaining in the back position of the chair may be better for you. If you do have intention to progress out of chair, take the hip walk forward. This in itself is a significant mobility movement. And then you can either choose to start from the top down or the bottom up. Really focusing on getting this knee lift driven by the ankles. Can you see it's the heels that are driving that knee up, not me lifting my knees. And then over time, you can combine the two with a bit of a push and a bit of a lift to then clear the floor. Got a bit of hip action going on here. If you're quite tall, this might not feel particularly comfortable, so you might want to stick with the heels here, mix it up with the toes here, or you may want to take a couple of extensions, keeping the knees slightly soft. All of these movements together aim to just boost the circulatory system, increase the blood flow, so much value in that. Lifting the heart rate just a little bit, so at the end of that 2 minutes or so, you should feel the need to take a couple of deeper breaths, not exhausted, not breathless, and it should feel good that you're just opening out the lungs, that phrase there, just to get more oxygen in, and we've really focused on opening the posture, opening the chest to support posture and breathing also. So that's our circulation boost. Best taken every hour really, if you're sitting a little bit too long or you find yourself sedentary. Okay, I've been doing some wide and narrow movements today to better support functional lifting and just getting the hips ready for lots of different changes of base of support. So I'm just going to invite you to take up a bit of that Sept boost again in this narrow stance, and then just take it as you march a little bit wider back to narrow and take a pause. And it's really just to feel how different that is, what happens to your balance and your ability to transfer your weight if you step wider and then back to narrow. Just a couple of those, but also to prepare the hips for something we're going to do. You can rehearse that in sits, you can indeed if you're looking to come up to standing work. So there's the narrow march. Maintain a few marches, take it a little bit wider and then back to centre and pause. Ankles, feet and toes are still in there, and can you feel and see that we're bringing in a little bit more hip range of motion. In seated, just to say, as you take this a little bit wider, keep those knees facing the direction of the toes. So we're looking to avoid sagging in. So it might help just to give yourself a little bit of a prompt. Stay lifted and just ensure that those knees come out with the ankles. If it's not comfortable, just stay with the ankle movements. Okay, so we've done a bit of Sept boost, we've explored a bit of outer thigh around the hip. We're going to come back to that in a moment, but I want to put in a new quartet today. It's the everyday biceps quartet. And it's not very often we actually talk about muscle names, but I think everyone knows the biceps are here. Can you give them a squeeze? Biceps, front of arm, it's probably one of the primary because everything's involved, but this is our classic kind of lifting muscle, isn't it? Or one of them. So I want to invite you to just kind of have a feel of the muscle in the front of the arm here, when the arm is relaxed. And in daily life, we will bend the elbows and utilise the muscles here in the front of the arm, along with the shoulders and the upper back and the trunk. They never work in isolation, as part of our everyday lifting. So we're gonna take these front arm squeezes in 4 positions, a quartet, if you will. Sit or stand, you choose. First one is the one we all know and love, so it's the one here. Now give yourself a bit of a grip so you can increase the grip strength there as well. Get some tension in the hands and fingers. And just while you do that, take one hand, and when you tense the bicep here, the front of the arm, can you feel a bit more activity? So as we do when we do the jockey lifts, can you feel? But that's not the only way we use this everyday muscle, because we use it in lots of different ranges. So let's take a squeeze and a tense here, and then relax. Take a pause. If you're in stand and you want to do single arms, then have a support here. The next range of movement is when we take the reach out, and now I'm going to take the same movement here, and then relax. And as you bend the elbow and clench the fist, can you create your own resistance? So rather than just bend the arm forwards and back, as we've been doing all week, can you generate more resistance and more force? And that way we'll get more engagement here, not only here, lots of other places. Here's the next range of motion. Probably might be a new one. Take the arm out to the side, slightly lower than shoulder, and now bend it in this way. So we have exactly the same action here at the elbow. And again, you've still got this front arm muscle here working. One more we're going to do today, which is linked to the functional reach, lift and grab. So we're going to take a raise up slightly in front and then come this way. Or that with the pull down. Lots of muscles working for each of those different ranges of motion, but the common the common theme in all there is what I call the everyday lifting muscle. So if I want to go for both in seated, we have elbows tucked in, there's the squeeze release, take a pause. I've got all this activity still going on here in my trunk muscles. Take the reach forward, and now we're bending this way, so I've got a little bit more shoulder activity here. My arms here are level with the floor, take the squeeze. Release completely after each one. Then we're going to come out to the side. If you feel comfortable to take a double here, got to turn sideways because now I'm a wide load. Here, take the squeeze. Now that one might feel quite different. So we've got the arm coming in this way. Again, lots of other muscles involved, but this is the one that's bending the elbow. And then we've got the one associated to our higher areas. Two ways here. You can take the reach and pull here, as if you're pulling a resistance towards you, or probably more functionally is to take that in two phases. So bend and then pull, and then we've got our squeezes down the side. We've been calling that our bagpipes this week. Now, in everyday life, you'll be picking stuff up, reaching for things, pulling stuff down, reaching to the side. All these movements are in your day. My focus today was to give you thought to a real kind of significant kind of strength activity that we use in daily life, and how you can generate a little bit more muscle activity. Obviously, the best and the optimum way to improve strength is to have resistance and use load. But here, I just want you to think about, give you opportunity to think about how we use those front arm muscles, the biceps, the Popeye muscle, in lots of different ways. Now, if you have generated extra resistance there, you might feel a bit of a sensation, a bit of a, oh yes, I can feel those working, that's good. So you might want to put in a bit of a stretch, go the other way. So palms forward, lift and open, so we've got a bit of a back extension here as well. And now I'm straightening the arm, so I'm lengthening this muscle here. I'm stretching it. That makes it shorter, it contracts it. That's where it's working for us, and this is where we stretch it. So you might want to do there. If you've been carrying a heavy object in this position for a while, you might have felt and already experienced that we feel that in the forearm, because our hands are working like statically to grip the thing. And you might feel when you put the object down that you have this sensation of effort, tiredness, maybe a little bit of soreness. And that's all associated with getting stronger. Right, some leggy ones for you. If the leg one isn't on your option, on your radar, have a go round again of that front of arm quartet. The bicep quartet is easier. I'm going to go through some leg options, and it's around the clock. We've done this before. Brackets, with the option, if you would like, to bring in the front of arm quartet at the end. Let's see how we go. Take up support for this one. This one is going to look to challenge your balance to a lesser or greater degree. Take up external support. If you're not confident in stand, and if you haven't done this one before, I'm going to suggest you have a sit down and rehearse the foot and leg movements in a seated position. Okay, here's the standing ones. Imagine you're in the centre of a clock with the numbers around you. 12 o'clock is straight ahead. Now this is where our clocks might be a bit back to front because I've been filmed and I want to flip, but for me this is 12 o'clock, and then 1, 2, 3 o'clock is here, 6 o'clock is behind me, 9 o'clock and so on. I'm going to focus on one leg at a time, starting with the base of support a little bit narrow so that I can transfer the weight. And here we have our foot fall to 12 o'clock, heel strike, back heel comes up, return, get balance. And as many additional steps back at base as you need is great. We want the feet to react. I'm going to go for a 1 o'clock. If you want to join me for a 1 o'clock, heel strike first still, out it goes, back heel comes off, back to base. And that stride length is as small or as big as you would like. The wider, the more challenging. I'm going to go straight to a 3 o'clock now, and on a 3 o'clock, my footfall changes to ball of foot there, and then I'm going to push back. It can be as small or as big as you want. Keep using external support. You can rehearse that in seated exactly the same. Lift and lengthen, just shorten the stride and still focus on the foot placement with the hip hinge. And today on the 3 o'clock on the side step, I'm saying ball of foot first. Those of you, I need to crowbar in the Zorro step. When we step sideways, if it's a quick reaction, it might be ball of foot first. If I need to reach and grab something deliberately, I'm better off going for the Zorro step there because I can get more control and more reach. So you might want to rehearse the 3 o'clock on a toe down first. A toe down, not a hoe down. And that turn out, heel, a little bit more complex that one. See how that one feels. And then we've got to go behind, everything behind. Today is going to be ball of foot first. So there's the 4 o'clock, there's the 6 o'clock. So behind generally we're going to have ball of foot. And this is why, one of the reasons why we spend so much time on the ankles, feet and toes. Because we need fundamentally those ranges of motion through our ankles, feet and toes to accommodate these different directional steps. And of course there's the other leg, which will pick up on the other hours of the clock. So there's my 9 o'clock. Heel first to the front, there's my 10, there's my 11, and back to 12. If you feel confident with your reactive steps and you feel you don't need the external support, you're in the centre here and you can take random numbers. For example, your phone number. I'm gonna do, Mum, I'm gonna do your phone number now. If you fancy doing your phone number, what we've added there is a thinking task, a cognitive task. So you might want to take up support because this will challenge your balance. So I'm going to invite you to tell me your phone number. I can't see you. I'm going to tell you Mum's phone number. Maybe. Don't worry, Mum. My foot placement isn't going to be that specific. So I'm going to do a phone number here, I think. Here we go. Here's your phone number, Mum. Have you worked it out? All back end stuff. When you add these little, I say little changes, they're significant. So the fact that I was thinking about a phone number and how that was going to relate to my foot placement will increase the balance challenge. If you're replicating that one in a chair, you need to make the back end numbers, if it were, smaller. It can still be done. So I would need to make these movements here. So the ball, anything where the ball of the foot's going down first, much smaller. I don't really want to tap the leg right under the chair there. The other option is to take it from using the elbow and the fingers. So for example, I could take the phone number here, using my shoulders, or a functional reach, there. I could be creative with how I use the hands, or my clock could be here in front of me and I could take my functional reaches to spell out, if you like, that phone number. Now, just to bring that together, if you want a bit of, generally in life, don't we, if we're in standing for sure, if we're reaching and grabbing, our feet, our base of support will work to complement that. So if you like, you can take the front of arm bicep quartet with some key numbers of the clock, for example, with support if you would like. So I can take my first range of motion there at my 12 o'clock. I could take my next one there at my 2 o'clock. Here's my 3 o'clock. And here's my 5 o'clock. If you feel confident, double whammies, all in the mix there, all in the mix. And we're still looking to get extra resistance from those front of arms, from those Popeye muscles, shall we say. Right, I think that's it. Quite a mixed bag in there. So, what did you think of the new quartet? I say new, it's not really new, is it? We've done all of this stuff before. I've just packaged it up to give you another focus, another angle. We've done lifting, we've done reaching, we've done grabbing. We probably haven't done that one, but this is all of our pulling activities. I've just seen your comment, Red Rita. Yeah, I've been spelling out a message to say, hello, movement snackers, don't forget the 1st of October. Anyway, go on, round the clock with a front arm bicep Popeye muscle quartet. What do you reckon about that? We're done. You got Kelsey, brackets, with a new haircut at 4 p.m. I'll be back tomorrow with you at noon. Keep on crowbarring this stuff in. These are thoughts, these are ideas for you to just crowbar into your day. A bit of active sit, a bit of active stand, wherever you can. So thanks for taking part. Thanks for joining in. Keep it in your library of movements. Deploy it into your day. Accumulative movement minutes. And Mum, save me some fish pie for when I come home, please. All right, thank you, folks. See you tomorrow. Bye.